In this video, I'll be going over creating individual and series products. I'm back inside of a demo installation, and we're looking at the management page in the Products tab. Within the Products window, to the right of the sidebar, there's another top bar showing individual and series. We are in the individual products page to start. Products are treated as containers for so-called product variants, which allow one product to represent multiple physical items. A certain book may have multiple variants, like a hardcover or paperback printing, or an ebook. Each of those variants would be created inside of the product object for that book. I'm going to use the book series Hardy Boys to give an example of how Daemon takes a real series and turns it into a sequenced object for use. To create a new individual product, click the plus icon on the individual products top bar. A window comes up prompting us to enter the product's name and a default image. I'm going to enter the Tower Treasure into the name field and paste a link to the image of the cover into the image field. Then, I'll click the check to create the product. As you can see, we're immediately brought into the product's configuration page. In the top left, the default image of the product is shown. I can click on this image to edit the default image in the future. On the top right, a list of variant options lets me set the categories that my variants will be populating. For this product in the series, I'm just going to add the category format. To do that, I'll click the Add New button, type format into the input box that appears, and hit enter. Below the image and variant options are some more advanced options that another video will cover. Now that I've set up my product's variant options, I'm going to go to the Variants tab to create my two variants, paperback and hardcover. After clicking the Variants tab, I'm brought to a screen with a sidebar that shows the tabs Active and Archived. Active should be selected by default, and the variant archive will be the topic of another video. To create a new variant, click the plus icon that's on the top right of the Active variant top bar. A window comes up prompting me to enter information about the variant. I'm going to enter paperback as my format, and I'll set the price as $13.95. If I want this variant to have a different image than the default, I hover my mouse over the image and click the white pencil icon to change it for this variant only. There's one other important field here, the public reference code, which will be very important if you plan to set up remote order entry or other custom programmatic access to Daemon. Unless you plan to use Daemon's own reference code for this variant, you can use this field to enter the ID of the product as it shows up in your other systems, like an e-commerce site. For now, I'll enter the ISBN of the paperback I've chosen here. Once I click the Save button, the variant is created and other options become available. For now, I'm going to click out of this variant and create my hardcover variant, following the same process as before. I click the plus icon, type hardcover into the format field, enter the price and ISBN or other identifier, and click Save. I'm going to create the first 12 products in the Hardy Boys, then return to discuss series products. With my individual products created, I'm going to create my series. Clicking the Series tab will bring me to the series list, and I'm going to click the plus icon to create my series. A window comes up asking me for one thing, the series name. In this field, I'll enter Hardy Boys. After clicking the check, I'm brought into the series configuration page. There are two tabs, the Sequence tab and the Subscription Models tab. Series are set up as an ordered list of variants. Series are the core of the subscription system in Daemon. Any subscription will be a subscription to a series, and the list of items a subscriber receives is determined by the series sequence. Let's say my goal is to provide customers with a subscription that sends original print hardcovers of the Hardy Boys, but I also sell the paperbacks to those who request it. In this series then, I'll only add hardcover variants. Let's add all 12 of the Hardy Boys books I created earlier in the hardcover variant. To add a sequence item, click the plus on the series sequencing top bar. A window comes up prompting me to enter a sequence number and a variant. The sequence number field is a number field, and the variant field is an object selector. I'll enter 1 as my sequence number, and click the variant selector to choose the first book in the series. Clicking the object selector brings me into a product search screen. I can either search for the Tower Treasure using the search box, or find it in the list. Then, I click the right arrow on the product and choose my variant options. As I said before, I'm going to choose hardcover. Then I'll click the check button. As with all object selectors, I can clear my selection by clicking the selector again and choosing Clear Selection. Clicking the check button creates my first sequence item. To add another, follow the same steps. Again, I'll skip to after I've created all 12 sequence items. Now, I need to create my subscription model. Clicking the Subscription Models tab brings me into the Subscription Models page. I'm going to create two different models to show Daemon's subscription capabilities. One will be a 1-year subscription, and the other will be a 2-issue subscription. If your obligation to subscribers is for a certain number of issues, you should use issue-based models. If your obligation to them is based solely on time, use time-based. If you choose issue-based, there is a workaround if you decide, for example, to publish a double issue and give your subscribers fewer items. To create the model, click the plus icon on the top bar. Type a name and choose a type. For the first, I'll name it 1 year and choose time-based. I'm immediately brought into another window that asks for a price, auto-renewal configuration, and duration. The name can also be changed from here. The price should be the current undiscounted base price. It shouldn't take into account any sale or fees, as those are handled when individual transactions are processed. Transaction auto-renewal is an important feature for installations that don't plan to use Daemon's Remote Order Entry API, but do have an online store with automatic renewal capability. If this describes your situation, you will want to have your subscriptions auto-renew, so check this switch on. I'll enter $27.90 as the price and type 1 year as the duration. Daemon is fairly smart and can read human-readable strings representing time. It could read something like 1 year, 3 months, 2 minutes, 3 seconds. It will not understand numbers written out though, and they must be typed as digits. Clicking Save creates my model. I'm going to repeat those steps for my issue-based subscription. Click the plus, type 1 year, leave issue-based as the type, and click Check. There is a difference in this subscription's configuration. The time-based duration field is replaced with a duration field asking for a number of issues, and another field, Include Current Issue, is added. I'm going to type 2 into the duration field and leave Include Current Issue unchecked. This current issue switch allows the system to include the current issue in a new subscription instead of leaving the customer to start with the next.